perhaps not the result you were after. What's the immediate feeling?
Oh, disappointment. We've been competitive for the entire season and we weren't tonight or today. So we were really disappointed in how we went. Got off to another poor start and really not any real part of our game looked like it should. So it was a really disappointing performance.
So much of the talk going into this round was about bringing the hunt to the pressure that you've lost in a few weeks. How frustrating was it to watch that disappear?
Yeah, we didn't. Our tackle numbers were up, but we didn't have the same intensity as what Bulldogs did. To their great credit, they were fierce. They went after the ball. They went after the man with the ball. They played all facets of the game in a really strong way, and we were right off it. We didn't push back with the ferocity that we normally do. So it was very disappointing.
What was the message at quarter time?
Just to get back to pretty simple stuff. We needed to break even in small contests, and we got terribly beaten in front of the ball. Too many aerial contests we were dominated in, and we just simply wanted to bring the ball to the ground. We weren't even after winning those contests. At that point, it was more about getting the ball to ground and then setting up defensively from there. But we didn't really make an impact on either of those areas.
We saw Lewis Milliken out with, I think, hamstring tightness. How was he?
Well, it's obviously bad enough to sub out, so it's not great from that perspective. He's been a really good player for us this year, so we'll have to wait and see how his scan goes tomorrow and cross our fingers.
How much was him being taken out of the game impacting the back line? We saw Logan McDonald go back and spend some time there. Yeah,
look, at different times you got to reshuffle, but he was there at the early part of the game. There was other areas that we needed to get right and didn't get right, and that were costly for us. Once he went out of the game, we had to shuffle a bit, but we needed to shuffle anyway to try and find some more winners around the ground.
Will Hayward also went down with an ankle. He's fine. Or?
Well, don't know. He went off with a sore ankle as well, so we'll see how he is tomorrow.
Just looking at the contested ball stats, how again frustrating was it to be outworked there?
Yeah. There's nothing that's I can say that any other different. Particularly the loose ball gets were really dominated there and dominated aerially. In the air we just couldn't even up those contests, and we have a responsibility to not get going to get beaten a couple of times, but it just happened too often today that we were beaten aerially, then we were beaten on the ground, in particular the loose ball gets, and that put ourselves under pressure, and we just didn't win or halve enough of those contests.
I assume the message then is just bring back the pressure for Adelaide.
Well, you've got to win the pressure, but you've also got to compete and win the contest. And we're playing teams that are last week, this week, and next week they're in pretty good form, so we need to get back to that really quickly.
Callum Mills was rested last week. How do you think he pulled out after playing today?
Look, I think he's okay. We need to. It'll take a bit of time to get back to form and fitness. So, in the meantime, we've got to make sure we sort of all carry that load. Rowbottom, we're hopeful should play next week. We'll see how the others are.
How big was the impact of that Rowbottom today in the ground ball games?
Well, he's been one of our good midfielders around the hunt, but we had a couple of blokes that did a good job in there, but we didn't have enough impact in that part of the ground, and it would have been handy to have him, but it's whether those guys or a few others, you've got to deal with those losses of personnel when it's your turn. You've just got to deal with it and still compete at a high level.
Is there a sense that perhaps a playing group are resting on the laurels a bit with this recent form slump?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the previous, we lost those by a kick, and I think there'd be quite a few people that say we're really competitive in those games, so we had a chance to win all of them. So this one's a bit different. This one's a disappointing one. Thanks.